life of his family or those around him.
Oh, Nana Kazure is a former spokesperson for the Labour Party. She joins us now to react to this development. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on your show.
Well, I'm sure you listened, to what the APC spokesperson Felix Morka had to say regarding the controversy over his alleged death threat towards Peter Obi. Is his explanation acceptable to you?
No, it's not. I thank you for replaying, how he disgracefully tried to say end of story, how he embarrassingly decided to gaslight Nigerians on his very tactless comments that he made on this very auspicious platform. It's quite sad that I guess he's looking for more work in Mr. Tinubu's cabinet, and so he's just going on and on. He's received more than enough airtime, and we need to move on from this. Mr. Felix Morka is the one that has crossed the line. I do not really understand why security operatives have not picked him up so that he can explain what he meant by whatever Mr. Peter Obi has coming to him. He should take it like that. I paraphrase, but we all get the crux and the gist of the matter. Mr. Felix Morka he's supposed to be thanking a man like Mr. Peter Obi, who's doing his job, where he's too cowardly to speak to his party, to speak to the president about the situations that Nigerians are facing in this government with the reforms they have come up with. It's just clear that Mr. Morka is looking to be noticed. We have noticed him, and we have understood that he is, by his own words, a threat to Mr. Peter Obi. Like I said, he should rather thank Mr. Peter Obi for putting himself front and center. I have come to realize that the APC did not see a Mr. Peter Obi coming. They did not see an obedient movement coming. When he complains and gaslights Nigerians and complains about the movement to which I also belong, it's because Mr. Morka himself has taught those young people how to behave exactly like him. Every time he speaks, every time he vilifies, every time he tries to denigrate the person of Mr. Peter Obi and the obedient movement, he's actually describing himself. He's speaking about himself. We are not afraid. Who knows, I may not get home because I have said what I have said. But like Mr. Peter Obi said, if this be the end, then so be it. Nigerians should not be spoken to as less than human beings. Nigerians should not be treated as if they are animals. We are not in, we're not in a zoo. And for lack of a better word, I do not even want to go think about what someone like President Trump described Nigeria. When they say that Nigerians demarket Nigeria, Mr. Felix Morka is the first demarketer of Nigeria with such comments, with such careless talk. That's what I have to say to Mr. Morka. Thank you.
Good evening to everyone, a few more people. Thanks for your time with us today. I guess you guys can hear my voice. It's good to be back here again. Our presentation continues anyway. I just wanted to make a comment on this particular video that I just played. As you and I know, Felix Morka is still on the run. He's going from door to door. I have another video that I'm going to play right now. He's explaining, in fact, as Bernard Boy talk and say, he go explain tire. Currently, Morka phone is everywhere, explaining left to right, after he know that they have triggered the anger of Nigerians, not just Peter Obi. Because listen, guys, when something is happening to Mr. A, because it's not affecting you directly, you pretend like, oh, it's none of my business. Don't worry, it will get to you. Look at Onokpasa, for example. I remember that Onokpasa have all the videos when it was really praises and everything, promoting the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But today, Onokpasa is raining curses, anger, everything on Tinubu. He's even saying in 2027, Tinubu must fail. He can never triumph to become a president. So what are you going to tell me on that? Was Onokpasa supporting Tinubu initially because he wanted Nigeria to be better, or he was supporting Tinubu because of his satanic selfish interest. So listen, guys, let's come to us as citizens, or let's remove politics. Let's talk in a general terms. If you see something happening to your fellow neighbor, don't rejoice. Your neighbor, anybody close to you, your brother, anybody, friends, something happening to them, they are struggling. Don't ever rejoice. The world is turning around. It's just like a football. It turns around. It could turn around tomorrow. Then you will be the one that will be the opposite of what you'll be celebrating. Listen, guys. We cannot continue to be silent just because nobody wants anything happen to them, right? Nigeria will remain like this. There's a lot of Nigerians, let me say this, who lives abroad today that have lost their lives. That means you say you don't fit die for your country, but you go die for UK or America or Europe, right? Yes, we don't see, God forbid, we don't see many Nigerians when they don't carry their corpse from abroad come Nigeria. But I never seen it before. It did happen. So some of you that is always saying, I don't want to talk, I don't want this, I don't want that. Tinubu protested during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. He was on the street himself. Although we have not heard from the president say anybody who protests should be in trouble. We never hear from him. I never hear from him one day. Yes. But there's all this over-sabi, high service individualism that is like people like Morka phone putting the whole thing on their head. Only you want to fight the whole Nigerians upon the situation we are facing right now in our country. I've reviewed the video, the press conference from Mr. Peter Obi. I've watched it 3 times. The first day, no, 4 times. The first day he did that video. The second time was when we showcased that video here. The third time was when I went back on it, when this satanic set of APC people were saying Peter Obi are threatening or whatever, Morka foam and all that. And I went back on it again. Then today, I have to listen again. I was be listening to word. Peter Obi should be given an award for that press conference because he respected the president from beginning to the end. I remember I stated it here on our broadcast that particular day that Peter Obi called Tinubu president 3 times or twice. Then I went on by lambasting on some of you who tried to control me here that I shouldn't call Tinubu president. Why not? So Peter Obi was respectful throughout that press conference. His leniency was too obvious. Now, people should ask Morka phone, how did Peter Obi cross the line that you are now denying that Peter Obi has crossed the line of truth? It's only in Nigeria we see things like this. Either the satanic person who stated the statement from beginning will come out to reinterpret to the gullible Nigerians, or some of us will come out to say what he wanted to say. It's only in Nigeria these kind of things happen. Because normally, in other countries, I remember when you are being arrested, taken to the court or whatever, they say, be careful whatever you say. It might be used against you in the court of law. And I don't remember. Say that word. Normally, they're Nigeria as well, but it's not functioning. As you know that our law is selective. In fact, our law is designed to affect just the poor. Look at Burna Boy, who arrested Speedality for calling him or affiliating him with Diddy. Right? He arrested him. Then Chief Priest came out to say the same thing. Fear not let him try and arrest her. You see our country. You don't see him now. In anything, you try make you make money. Yes. Make money. In anything, try. Put your effort. Although it's much better from a younger age. If you day 50, 60, and you're listening to me now, maybe things never fall in place how it's supposed to be. Now you want to say me you rush, it don't go easy like that again. So I would rather speak to parents. Encourage your children to start life early. It's very, very important. Because the way Nigeria is designed to affect the poor and favor the rich. Now say they be. Mona, okay, why come Burna Boy not go arrest chief priest? He just go ask with the talk, so he's still quiet too. So that is how our laws and the country, the constitution, everything, that's how it works. Peter Obi is being intimidated because he's a quiet man, he's a calm man, they talk. So everybody believes step on him at any time they like and just move on. But on this time, Morka folk did not just step on Peter Obi, he stepped on Nigerians. We are still calling for Morka folk to apologize to Nigerians. It's very, very important. All these defensive skills, they're defending the indefensible, is only going to be accepted by the few. You remember what that our lady talked just now? He said, we will not forget. No, so she talking just now. We will not forget. Her name, Nana Kazure. Now, so she talking just now. Then, electoral reform. For those of you waiting for 2027, I don't know how 2027 want to work. I felt tell Una, me I'm not go part of Una day 2027. I will not campaign for anybody in 2027. If Mahmoud Yakub, I see the head of INEC, no, I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to waste my energy. I will only put the platform out there. Watch you guys campaign for your various candidates. I'm not going to campaign for anybody because this job not easy. For your mind, this is easy. More I encourage you, I want to encourage you. Many of you listening to me now never pressed like since. No, I can say 90% of the people listening to me now not share. I only have 19 shares. And we have about 400 people listening to us, 19 shares. How many likes do we have? Let me check the like. Then currently we only have I only have 79 likes. You see, 79 likes. We have about 400 people listening. And I say, okay, Mo could put the matter for head. It doesn't work like that. It has to be a collective effort for us to rescue our country. In 2027, we go just put platform out there. By God's grace, we get platform, and many other concerns Nigerians that have platform. They put their, although the majority of them put their platform out there for selfish interest. When they finish, they will change the name of their platform to what it used to be. That's what a lot of them are doing. Some of them use it to build their platform and all that, but that's fine. As long as the message passed from the platform, that's cool. But for me, I don't lie. Waiting and not talk just now. We should be advocating at this time for electoral reform. Most Nigerians are on Instagram, Twitter, they check back here that they press blah blah. And I say make the campaign. It's not gonna work. Yes. Because it doesn't look like we are going anywhere. And apart from that, you guys have not shown how you want to remove Tinubu in 2027. How? You have to prove to us. If Peter Obi want to recontest again, Peter Obi have to come on air. He will tell us, yes, this time, if my mandate is stolen, see what I go do. Questions should be passed to Peter Obi. All these oversabi people, where Peter Obi go come to our platform, una go praise. Una can't just 1 minute ask a question. They'll now move to the next person. They don't now say, when I was dreaming, Peter Obi, you came out. When I was pregnant and I gave birth, my son now looked like Peter Obi. When I was, since una no get. Even the Peter Obi self, una go keep him for like 4-5 hours. This is a man that's supposed to take everything congestively, message, and quickly answer them and leave maybe within 1 hour. Now go use una talk. Question una go ask una no oversabi. That oversabi they worry all of us. Now they see for our platform for here, say if any guests come here, now direct to the point. Direct to the point. All this one you can, I give you 3 minutes, you can't use 2.5 minutes. They say, like Barrister Ozekome came here, Barrister Ozekome, I remember when we used to, you'll be kicked out. Maybe you go to remember for your living room from that side. All of us are problem of our country today. Since make we gather around, make we ask Peter Obi question, vital question, very, very, very important questions. Peter Obi, you want to run again 2027? We are very happy, sir. God bless you. In 2027, which we know say you will win again. If you win, how you want to fight for your mandate? That should be a question that you people should ask. Not because they say, David, I'm so happy that you want to run again. Hey, God will bless you, my principal. God will bless you. You will live long. You will go there. You will eat pounded yam. You will. Nobody ask you that over a big question. Let's be realistic. Let's be straight, and let's say it how it is. At the moment, we don't get another person where we say, okay, Peter will be there, we could shoot the other one. For me, and if I might not use we, make I talk about myself. At the moment, now let Peter will be I know say, I feel say, okay, make you run again, may face Tinubu. But we take no guarantee, say if I win, see as I want to fight for this thing. Oh, okay, we'll go court again. As I follow like go court before. Where they call slap us back. They woes us from left, they woes us from right. Beat where they beat us. My ears still they pay me tomorrow. Where they beat us for court. Not see the way they take past the judgment for court. Now woto. Now anger. They were reading it. Peter Obi, pass it. Then they knock everything. Goza. Chapter close. Tito they everywhere quiet. For Nigeria, I say, just like that. Because they see us as cowards. What we're supposed to do, we don't know. Many of us, we don't know our left and right. No, I'm not verse, so I know that they offend some of you, but if you find yourself in that category, say you be oversabi, you be coward, you know what is right, they bypass and not verse, just take them, use and rock body like on it. 2027 will have to be serious. Nobody is showing us right now, giving us the guarantee that yes, in 2027, Peter Obi can unseat Tinubu. How? 2027. So you want to tell me say Tinubu go do 4 years? He go just say, okay, thank you. You have won. I'm going back to my body law. I want to go and say, it don't go easy like that. We're talking about Jagaban Tinubu. How? Then Mahmoud Yakubu, the head of all Satanism. When I will finish, I remember say I carry my camera, follow almost all the states during the time of 2023 general election, right? So I want to carry camera, go follow everywhere now. I go pay the people where I go pay by myself. Although 1 or 2 people also supported on that time. Then at the everything, Mahmoud Yakubu can't lock door for our head, can't use pen. Then I weigh my book, I think they judge for here. You can't take them again like this. Go call open up. See go open up like this. They go use this pen. Like say, they say Peter Obi won in order the local government. He go do it like this. They will come sit like this. Go. Peter Obi won where? Or give us a Tinubu won. So what do you go do? I don't want when they beat us again. The beat when they beat us when I caught that day too much. They beat all of us. We must be serious this time for we to back you up. If not, we're not going anywhere. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. But let's listen to Morka as they run from post to pole. Make we listen to what he want to talk this time. Thank you.
Take a look at what seems a war of words between the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Felix Morka. National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Felix Morka, is right here with me in the studio. For more on this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
So they say you are the one threatening Peter Obi's life. But let me read a comment here for you. And this is what the media is talking about. You were quoted to have said that he's a prophet of doom, and that he has crossed the line so many times and has it coming to him whatever he gets. What does that mean?
Now, I think this is the problem. When you read a portion of a whole answer to a question without reading the question, you can decide what you want to decide. But, that answer was much longer than what you just read. It was a question that was put to me by the Arise Television during the studio interview. And, since you read the portion, let me read the question that was put to me so that our viewers can get the context in which this conversation took place. Arise TV, you have actually hit back with a volley of attacks, calling Peter Obi a prophet of doom. Some of you have said that he is always embarking on voodoo economics that are not in line with current realities. Don't you think this is a slingshot that has gone beyond normal politicking? And then I gave a long answer, which this portion that you read didn't capture. Because when you read the entire thing, what I did say was in reference to the interviewer's question and reference to Peter Obi as the prophet of doom or as a voodoo economist. And I said that, Peter Obi had crossed so many lines of truth. And that if, anyone called him a prophet of doom, he has that coming. If anyone called him, a voodoo economist, he had it coming because, in the show, in the earlier questions, I had laid out the premise on which I made those remarks. For example, I had made clear that during the campaign, during the 2023 presidential elections, Peter Obi had said, as a campaign promise, that he would remove the system of fuel subsidy. He did. On day one, he said that. Everyone knows that. He said that. Now, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on day one, announced the removal of fuel subsidy. But since then, Peter Obi has not rested in lambasting this government for removing the same fuel subsidy he promised Nigerians he will remove. Now, that is crossing the line of truth. So, that was the contest. So, everything I said about crossing the line was in reference to a specific question about, naming him or calling him or referring to him as a prophet of doom.
We're also going to look at what crossing the line means, specifically as regards his New Year message, because that appears to be the bone of contention here. But is there a sense to which you are concerned that Peter Obi says that message has now led to threats against his life, his family, and those around him?
No, see, that's exactly, I think, the point that concerns me. Because, there's nothing in the answer to the question I just referred to that suggested or suggests or that is capable of suggesting a threat in any way to Peter Obi or his family or his associates or his business. Nothing in that sentence. Because, people are just being entirely manipulative by saying, you cross the line, whatever. It was in reference to a question.
No, are you saying he's lying that there's actually no threat against his life? Is that what you're saying?
Yesterday, I did issue a statement in response to Peter Obi's allegation. Because, he went on his X handle and alleged, plain, and clear, that Felix Morka threatened his life by those comments. I did not threaten Peter Obi's life. I couldn't have threatened Peter Obi's life because, my comments were plain and simple in English language, in direct and specific reference to a question that was put to me, and I explained that in that interview.
Let us assume. Let us assume that he actually got some threat, and it perhaps come from a misunderstanding of what you said. Are you willing to, because I heard the former president, former vice president Atiku saying that the APC must issue a formal apology to Peter Obi. And what we are also hearing now is that the Peter Obi camp is also warning that any attempt to harm him would have severe consequences. I'm wondering if that bothers you, and if you are able to, you know, bring some clarity to the issue of threat and say perhaps what I said was misunderstood. How do you react to the essence that there is a possibility that there are some threats against his life?
No, Peter Obi has not disclosed the source of the threat against him, if there is any, right? What I do know is that in his ex-handle, he stated and claimed that my statement that we're discussing constituted a threat to his life and that of his family and that of his associates. Now, the point I'm making here, which I need to make very clearly, is that I said nothing in that interview or anywhere else, anything that was capable of being understood as constituting a threat to Peter Obi. I didn't. So, having said that, now, Peter Obi, what shocked me, quite frankly, let me say this. After the interview, I began to see, a few traffic tweets where some of his followers were suggesting that, Peter Obi was threatened. I didn't think anything of it. I simply just waved it. Until later that evening, Peter Obi tweeted out that, my words in that interview, threatened him. He didn't say somebody threatened him because of what I said. He said, that my words constituted a threat to his life. And that's what I need Mr. Obi to explain. Because, you can't make such a heinous allegation against any human being without supplying the facts and the detail. Now, I have, so far, yesterday I laid out a statement where I clarified what I said in relation to the question that was asked to me. What I said about, Peter Obi, has what is coming to him was meaning if you...
Just imagine that the table don't turn now. Now Peter Obi will come explain now. He will not see our country. He will not see what mean the see so. Peter Obi now need to explain, right? Not be our security agents have to arrest this Morka FOMO. Now Peter Obi now need to explain how it threaten you. Can they tell you, I say the law is selective. The way I say we not like our country, right? Peter Obi now will come to explain now to Morka FOMO how it threaten you. And some of you are there going to listen to me now. You're happy. Yeah, that ain't good for Peter Obi. Make it go explain and all that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Now, turn by turn, now this life build. Turn by turn. I've heard talking before. Make I read down for you. How they read down for now for you every day. A man could become the next victim of the evil he celebrates today. Don't defend evil because it favors you now. It could work against you the next minute. Yes. In a country that works, Morka phone supposed to be behind now, answering questions. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should not allow this to just go like that. Because normally, maybe everybody different, child. If they support me and you go under my name, go commit evil, I go judge against you. I do different. I will judge. God, I will judge against you. Then you go to say, now here I be the fight for no. You don't feel go use my name, commit evil. No. Now what Morka for they do now with Bola Ahmed Tinubu's name? No, none of the security agency is calling this man for questioning. This man is running from one media to another, explaining upon explaining. Peter Obi should explain.
Facts and the detail. I have, so far, yesterday I laid out a statement where I clarified what I said in relation to the question that was asked to me. What I said about, Peter B, has what is coming to him, was meaning if Peter B was called a prophet of doom or was called a good economist, I have supplied the facts, the basis for that conclusion. I said, if that is the case, then look, whatever name he is called, he could manage it. So, but how does that begin? In a normal political conversation, begin then to rise to the level of threatening the life of a human being. You see, what I'm saying, since Peter B made that allegation against me, many of his followers, I stated elsewhere this morning, I have received over 400 threats of different shades, but of those 400, more than 200 of them were specific direct death threats to me by people who self-describe as his followers, who feel or are saying.
Now, Mr. Morka, that's the point. That is.
All right, Mr. Morka, yesterday you stated the same thing, that people are threatening you. In any way, in any ramification, I'm not a supporter of anybody threatening you, death threat or whatever. I can never be in support. I can never applaud things like that. But Mr. Morka, I'll put this to you. To be nice, at least, you said 400 people have threatened you. Out of that 400, 200 are severe threats to life. How come you are not publicizing these things? Make we see them. Make we still use them. More drag them. Yes, make we drag them. Because I cannot be complaining, say the left is bad. Then the right is doing the same thing that the left did. Then I'll be saying, okay, it's normal. You're not going to feel normal. So, Mr. Morka, you cannot be jumping from one gutter to another gutter everywhere, explaining left and right. Show all the people that are threatening you. Let Nigerians also take it from there. Because, yes, this threat of a thing, a lot of people, they do them. They'll hide under their satanic keyboard. They'll be threatening you. You don't know, say they'll feel okay to you. You don't know, Abi. Because say you off your camera, you don't put picture for your profile or whatever, you threaten people anyhow. They go find you. So if Oga Morka is not revealing the people that are threatening him, then I'm not going to take him serious on that. Let's continue.
The exact point I'm making, because you two are now saying that you have received threats, about 200 death threats. Is it possible that your own followers, or the followers of the APC, based on the interaction and the reactions we've gotten from you as regards this New Year message, have also sent similar threats to him?
See, look, if anyone did that, why would I be the one? I don't know. That's not information that within my knowledge. Peter B is the one who has to, because in his ex, he never said that. He simply said, Felix Morka threatened my life. He didn't say somebody threatened my life who heard or read what Morka said. And my point to you is that nothing I said was capable or, would have given anyone a reason to threaten Mr. B. That is absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing in my...
Why is our media so docile? Why? Why is Nigerian media so docile? I've asked this question so many times. It has become like a question where you have to continue to be answering it yourself. Everybody saw that video, that this man threatened Peter Obi. Peter Obi have crossed the line. Whatever he gets, he should manage it. And we have an anchor just sitting. If this anchor even started the old broadcast by laughing, oh, they say you threatened Peter Obi. Anyway, let's get on with this. Really? Really? Hey. Oh, wow. Let's continue.
It was a question and answer. I'm talking to you right now. I was asked a question, which was, you guys called, the APC is called Peter B, prophet of doom, this and that. And I said, I am not the one to go on that manner, and offensive in that manner. I'm not the one to go on and offensive in that manner. Meaning, I'm not the one to call anybody, by that kind of name.
We'll
right?
get back.
But whatever name he's been called,
yes,
it fits him because, he has crossed the land of truth on many occasions.
We'll get back to that shortly. But some have said that the former Anambra State governor must still hold lots of political relevance, even after his defeat in 2023, to deserve such robust and what appears a comprehensive response from the ruling party following his New Year message. Do you think your initial response may have given some validation to that?
No. Now, if I may, on the 2nd of January, I issued a full, throttle response to Mr. Obi's New Year remarks. It wasn't an interview. It was a statement that I signed. And, when you read the statement was not so much about Peter Obi. It was more about pointing out those markers of progress under the administration. Simply saying, look, it's not all bad news. It's not all, gloom and doom as his message portrayed Nigeria. I said, look, Nigerians, I'm sure, are, seeing signs that the economic policies of this government are beginning to bear fruits. That was the tenor of my response to Peter Obi. This was an interview, like I'm doing with you. That was, an interview. And a question was asked, and I answered it. Otherwise, the ruling party offered Mr. Obi a comprehensive, well thought out, statement, which I'm sure you have seen or the TVC has even reported.
Hold up. Before we get into this conversation, I wanted to respond specifically to the former vice president who's asking for a formal apology. How do you respond to it?
No, again, I said elsewhere this morning that the former vice president clearly did not read the transcript or transcription of that interview, or did not listen to the clip itself. So I'm willing to grant him the better.
I don't understand. How can one man telling the whole Nigerians now that we don't have sense? One man telling all of us, say, we did not understand what the video stands for, or we did not understand the English that were placed in it, or we did not read the transcript properly. I don't understand. One man.
Benefit of the doubt that he didn't before he signed or caused that statement to be issued. Because if he did, I would be grossly disappointed in the former vice president for saying the things he said. Because, he suggests that, a threat was indeed made to Peter Obi, which I insist that anyone who has any elementary basic understanding of English language will not come to that conclusion based on the question and the answer that was provided. Anyone who sees or listens or hears a threat in that thing clearly, intends to see a threat, not because there's a threat.
There is more to what he said, and I'm quoting him now. He says, quote, a true democracy thrives on the healthy exchange of ideas, where the criticisms and contribution of opposition leaders like Peter Obi are seen as vital for the betterment of governance and promotion of public accountability, end quote. He's trying to say that perhaps his administration has been stifling the voice of opposition.
How so? See, look, I think there's something we need to clarify. We have a constitution that has a Bill of Rights. Every single right contained in the Bill of Rights of the Nigerian Constitution is not only available to Peter Obi or to Atiku Abubakar. It is available to every Nigerian, including myself, including you. I think it's somewhat of, some suggestion of tyranny on the part of, Atiku Abubakar or Peter Obi for that matter, to suggest that when the government puts out, record or information, they reserve the constitutional right to critique government's information or government's position. But when they put out information, the ruling party or the government for that matter does not have the right to also offer, review or critique of their own position. That is just hypocritical. I mean, how can you do that? Everyone who is in the political space, Mr. President, is the first citizen of this country. But when he speaks or he makes a policy, they all take it apart. They take it apart sometimes in a very crude, way. But when you attempt to offer a dissenting view to their own view, they claim that the government is stifling their opinion. That is, I think, undemocratic. And I think that that's what we need to be discussing.
Now, getting back to your position on crossing the line of truth, there are a few indices upon which Mr. Obi's New Year's message was built on. First of which is that it claims that Nigeria remains one of the poverty capitals of the world. Over 100 million people in extreme poverty, 150 million in multidimensional poverty, and that the situation has deteriorated significantly in the past 18 months. He also did mention that we have now fallen from having the highest GDP some 10 years ago to ranking number 4, and our GDP now has fallen less than 50% of what it was in 2014, same as our per capita income, which is less than a third. Do you disagree with him based on the subject, based on the content of the subject and these examples that he's made?
No, you see, facts are facts. When you say that, X number of people are living in multidimensional poverty in Nigeria, you can say that. But the question that I would ask, because you say that, you don't just say that objectively, you're saying that in relation to the government of the day. You're saying, this government is basically exacerbating poverty because today, X number, so many, millions of people are living in multidimensional poverty. But the question that I think is relevant for Nigerians to consider is how many people were living in multidimensional poverty, before this president was inaugurated. That's a relevant question. And I'm not saying what he said or what anybody is saying. I'm not disputing or joining issues with anybody. But what was the number of Nigerians who were living in poverty or in multidimensional poverty before this president was inaugurated? What was the number of those living in multidimensional poverty?
Thank you. Thank you, Morka Phone. Now you are talking. Now me go like someone like you. Yes. Because yesterday, this area you were in every way running away from it. Then you went to 2015. Thank God you don't talk and say before Tinubu was inaugurated, right? You are asking for the number of the people who did suffer, right? Good. Now, thank God that you have acknowledged the failure of APC. My question to you guys, I know you guys are listening. How come Satanic Buhari is not arrested? How come Malami is not arrested? In fact, how come almost all the cabinet of Satanic Buhari not in jail today? These are questions our anchors should have been asking. Though you talk, that's okay, the time is over. All right, thank you, Mr. Morka, for coming in. Morka for Gosi say, thank you for inviting me. All right, bye. That's what they're doing.
Before, Buhari, who was an APC president, was inaugurated in 2015. Now, let me say this clearly, and the figures are out there.
He forgets himself. The time we can't realize everything, can't we say before Buhari was inaugurated? They only play with our head for this country. Oh God, that go help our country, man. I have to stop this. No, you stop. I beg, I don't feel continue again. Thank you. So now I want to go watch and film. I go TVC, Tinubu channel. He did there. I go. No. The same man we talked before Tinubu was inaugurated. We are saying the thing called which they talk so. Don't be which I talk for arise yesterday. This one. Mike, we change. The only way Nigeria can be better, we must come together and speak in one voice. But this one, we fight ourselves. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We got the manager and they go like that. Thank you, guys. Let's continue with this.
Forgotten duty. In every thriving democracy, the opposition is a heartbeat of accountability, a critical voice that keeps the government on its toes. The role of opposition parties transcends mere criticism. They are the architects of alternative policies, the defenders of public interest, and the watchdogs against executive excesses. Wait, where are political parties anyways? How many are there, by the way? Well, the last count, I know Nigeria has about 19 registered political parties. With that, the atmosphere ought to be a bubbling cauldron of ideas, decent and robust engagement. Yet, what we have is a deafening silence, or worse, discordant, self-serving cacophony, and most times just about the next election. Where are the leaders holding power to account? Where are the civil society groups? Where are the voices challenging the lopsided policies in the different states of the Federation and in fact out of center, or demanding better healthcare, education, and security?
Cheun, we there here. Cheun, we are here talking. They are threatening every single person. Every person that is talking, they are threatening us. The civil society where they talk, they don't threaten. Some of them, they don't give them money, they don't enter house. The political parties that you are saying, according to your number, that, oh, the last time you checked, we have 19 political parties. 95% of these political parties have been bought. So I'm responding to you, my brother. You say, where are the voices that are supposed to be speaking with this continuous pains and excruciating situation of our country? We are speaking. They are threatening us. So have we answered you now? We be the talk. Oh. We are talking. Dele Farutimi talk. He was arrested. I've been where, you know, in Nigeria, where they arrest Dele Farutimi. We are talking. We are here. You are calling us, we are here. Some of us, we are still talking. These are what you guys should be addressing. That when people talk, they suffocate them. They silence them.
Where are the civil society groups? Where are the voices challenging the lopsided policies in the different states of the Federation and in fact at the center, or demanding better healthcare, education, and security? Sadly, our opposition seems more preoccupied with playing musical chairs of political ambition than with the serious business of governance. Lest we forget that the consequences of these disengagement are dire. In a country where over 130 million citizens live in multidimensional poverty, we cannot afford an opposition that prioritizes press conferences over pressing reforms. Nigerians deserve an opposition that speaks truth to power, not as an act of vendetta, but as a moral duty to the people. A vibrant opposition could have questioned why in 2025 we can't guarantee, as perhaps the biggest nation on the continent of Africa, stable electricity for our people. Instead, we are left with a chorus of half-hearted critics and opportunistic alliances. The opposition must rediscover its purpose, not as a tool for self-aggrandizement, but as a platform for the people's voice. The civil society too cannot keep quiet. Just as we in the media will play our own role, you, the citizen, need to be more active, and the government at all levels must sit up. It's 2025. No time for bad governance or jokes at the seat of power at all levels. Nigeria deserves better, and the time to demand that is now. I'm just saying, all of this, lest we forget.
We they talk. We be they talk. Some of us they talk. They know they listen. Then you say, you talk about electricity just now. Lest I forget. But people, 3 days now, they now reach 2 hours last when they don't give me. Oh. You know, say that's why they talk for here. As I hear they talk, so that's so like they use. If I quiet, I'm going to hear generator voice. Now hear generator voice or noise. If I say make I carry and go outside now, I go hear noise everywhere. 3 days. You never give us 2 hours light. 3 days. 3 days. Light not there. If he did, I go talk. If he not did, I go talk. As we all they talk, so we don't know what they happen again. We know they get light again. Things though bala blue. As we all they talk, so anyway, my people, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much. That's all I have for this area. I posted out a link for those of you that want to join us. The link, you can click on it, join us here, and let's start talking in the next few minutes. But let's quickly go to Edo State. With the situation that is happening in Edo State, there's a lot of people complaining of the suppression, oppression, and intimidation from this current APC governor Monday. Under his government. Let's listen to what these guys have to say.
This is 4:35 p.m. that we are doing this on the 7th of January 2025. We were here, the 12th Councillor of Isako West, we are here together when we had an information that they break into our chamber impersonating the Councillor of Isako West, that we are doing purported impeachment. Then his own councillor, the 12 of us are here together. No one is there. That is a breakdown of rule of law for impersonating me as the majority leader, Farouk Mohammed Sule, the majority leader from Ward 6, Jagbe. They broke into our chamber. So I want to identify the 12 councillors here. This is our leader of the legislative arm, Honorable Abdul Iyama.
Leader, oh yeah!
Oh yeah! This is the deputy leader of the legislative arm, Honorable Jimo Abdul Ganiyu, Ward 1. This is the chief whip, Honorable Valentine Upulagwe. Is the chief whip of the house. This is the deputy chief whip,
Honorable Karim Ismaila,
Ward 5.
Ward 5.
And we have
Prince Ikaro Abdulakim, Ward 2.
We have
Honorable Jimo Ismail Ibrahim, Ward 4.
And we have
Honorable Nuruddin Momodu, Ward 7.
Honorable Razak Obamege, Ward 3. Honorable Obo Henry, Ward 8.
Honorable Asimu Frak, Ward 12.
Honorable Bonaventure Oluko, Ward 10.
These are the duly elected councillor of Isako West. So we are so surprised, and we are on recess. As we all have it, that we are on recess, and we are to resume on the 20th of January 2020 and 2025. And the clerk of the house is a female, and she was not the one they are parading. She's not the clerk of the house. And the city order in the Alo chamber is not the way they sat. So you can see that I'm calling on the appropriate authority so that we can maintain democracy and the rule of law in the democracy. How can anyone just break into our office chamber, our Alo chamber, and they are just doing whatsoever they like in our country, in our state, and in our local government?
Thank you.
This is all I want to tell the Nigerians. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Other video day where they say Okpebolo have started. You know, say Okpebolo announced the other time that they are going to start the flyover at Rama Park. We reported to you guys that we went there. I actually sent my team there. Caterpillar or anything was not there. No work was going on at that particular spot. But now they say it does start work. Upon this video, a lot of shocks still happen for inside this video. I don't know whether I will notice, but make una listen to this.
No mountain. This is the popular Ramat Park where everybody know. I do all over the world. We know Ramat Park. Yeah. Now the Ramat Park now be this one. Where Akpako, the working governor, called flag off. Help Bridge project, fly over. When they call flag off, fly over, where the people they talk say na lie. They say nothing they go on. And those people call the ass say no matter. If really say that they work for them, why you never show the work? See that? No matter. No matter. See that? Ramat Park. Ramat Park. No matter. No matter. No matter. No matter. The governor say do first before anything. They say the governor not the word. We tell they say governor say he don't want to disturb Edo people for festive period. That's why he don't want me to start make them do it during that festive period. Say he want me to carry the team enter first week of January. They don't commence work. Work they go on. Fly over. 18 months. Look at all the equipment. Everything don't call. Akpako is working. Akpako is working. They said it's not possible for a flyover in Edo. But
okay, Akpako is working. Akpako is working. On that video, for where me and Cash and come, I tell them I say we don't get a professional spokesperson yet to. We're going to tell us all this. And not the two verse for those of you that is not from Edo State. Now, people when they report for us, their name they call them, not mind them. Some day eyes of Okpebolo, some day Okpebolo of the town. So this our governor get many hype man. Make una know that one. So we dey run Edo State in a different way. So una go see many things, una not worry. But the truth of the matter is, now only one caterpillar dey there, and that caterpillar wey dey there was not even doing anything. And this our non-mind they say Akpakomiza is working. I don't say they work, I don't say no they work. For me, I don't still try on my own. Make I follow left and right. Make I take cement this information. I not still see. Some of una way they here with us, we believe on these things. Make una they help us. If una get proper information, maybe should I not say professional information? Because I don't know. I don't get commissioner for information yet. Abi we get that one not the talk. You know what they happen. But as it come, so they carry and come, they give them my people. But before I start taking course, I would like us to listen to this last video that I have for you guys today. Then I'll take one article, then we'll start talking.
People, do you know that the whole Wuse 2, Wuse Zone 4, Wuse this, Wuse that is sitting on 600 hectares of land? I want to ask you now, how many people do you think lives in Wuse 2? From Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4, Zone 6, Wuse Central, Wuse 2, the main Wuse market, all of them are sitting on 600 hectares of land. How many people do you think lives in Wuse 2? We will be more than 200,000. 200,000, nothing less than 200,000 people to 500,000 people say lives in Wuse 2. This present administration, headed by Minister Wike, gave just one family, husband, wife, and children, are the people in that company. Gave one family 508 hectares of land in Usmaniel. No be Bagalada, no be Kujeo, Usman. 508 hectares of land. Many Abuja people, residents, have applied for land over some 20 years ago, some 15 years ago, just a plot, just 800 square meter to build their home. They are still on waiting list. But Wike-led leader in Abuja, they gave out last month, October and November, they gave one person, one company, 508 hectares. It's like you giving the whole Wuse to one family, to one company. It is not for mass housing. I keep telling you, mass housing doesn't require right of vote. It is letter of intent. My brother, does it make sense to you and I? If they share that land, over 100,000 people will be smiling home for Christmas right now. It is time for our leaders to start having conscience. What is bad is bad.
All right. Wow. These are still the same thing. I'm telling you guys that the evil we celebrate today will somehow come to affect us. Hypocrisy everywhere. What is bad is bad. Okay. Now, so anyway, thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. I would like to take this article quickly. Then I will just take the first caller for today. Nobody on the panel yet. The article that I have for you guys are coming from Sarah Reporter. I've never seen poverty like I have seen recently in Nigeria under Tinubu, says Sowore. Okay, I'd like to take one or two paragraphs from this one quickly before I will say one or two things. Human rights activist Sowore has criticized President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, saying that Nigeria's significant infrastructural deficit and rising hunger levels indicate a failure to invest the funds generated from the removal of fuel subsidies into the country's economic development. He said poverty has reached unprecedented levels under Tinubu's administration. Speaking on Channels Television live broadcast, which was monitored by Sowore reporter on Wednesday, Sowore noted that President Tinubu's administration, much like its predecessor, priorities mismanaging directors' resources, Nigeria's resources over providing solutions to the citizens' problems. So he went on, although I have the video here, except if I have to just play a little bit of that video, because I remember that I kept that video yesterday. Do I have it here? Oh, I'm not sure I still have it, though. Let's see if we have it. If it's not here, we just forget about it and just move on. I think that is the video, right? I don't even know where the video is. This one, let me see. Okay, just hold on. Let me see if it's this video.
With the legal
people couldn't travel. If there was traffic on the way, it was caused by Nigerian police extorting money from travelers, not traffic due to volume of travel. Of course, yes. I documented a lot of them on our way home.
So you have facts to that effect?
Of course, of course.
Okay, so
you can even find it on Google Map. When you're traveling between here and Sowore, you just put your travel on Google Map. Everywhere you see red, most likely there's a police checkpoint there. So it's a satellite-induced fact.
So the pushback government always puts out when we have them on the programs, on our programs, to tell them this is a set of things. They always say, but we told you that it's going to be worse before it gets better. Do you believe that?
No, they never told anybody it will get worse before it gets better. They actually said they're here to make it better. And they keep saying the same thing. But the question we need to ask ourselves in the media is that, are you talking to the right people? Because the president doesn't talk to you.
He had a media chat.
Well, that is a choreographed media chat. When you go to countries where people are serious about governance, the president doesn't have to invite some special journalists into a room to talk to them about it. You know, they speak on the spur of the moment, on the spot, regarding what is happening as they're happening. But the choreographed media chat where you have some journalists who probably have been given questions in advance, although they denied it, is not the kind of media chat. And the media chat once in 2 years, is that a joke?
So some of the questions that were asked, I know you have your own position as far as those questions were concerned. Issues around whether he would have thought through the issue of fuel subsidy removal or phase it. He kept to his word and stuck to his guns and said, look, I don't regret what I did. I think I did the right thing and I stand by it.
But the Nigerian people regret that they didn't listen to us in 2022, 2023, that this was going to be their fate. The people who are getting beaten by the economic situation regret everything about where the country is today. They cannot regret because they are the ones benefiting from it. One of the things the president said when he had a media chat I listened to, which was a total joke, was that he had a friend who had 4 Rolls Royces, and now he's now driving a Honda car, right? And nobody questioned, why did your friend have 4 Rolls Royces? But that's not the issue. Ask the president. You came into office with a small private jet. Now you have a jumbo jet. Your situation is definitely better. You came into office with a small Mercedes-Benz car. Now you are driving a gigantic Escalade. And,
but he was a rich man before he became president.
No, he didn't buy the jet with his own money. He bought it from the resources of Nigeria. And that was a $150 million jet. You know.
But they say it was highly discounted. Without speaking for them, I'm just putting back what they are telling you.
So did they show you the paperwork that was discounted? Where did you see it? Because the transaction that could have been made public. But I'm just telling you, I don't need to go in that direction. That was a lie. But I'm just telling you that they are better off than they came. But Nigerian people are worse off than they met them.
If things are as bad, and apparently things are really terrible in terms of the economy, everybody could have, even they admit to that effect.
Yes.
Why do you think the Nigerian people are quiet or just holding back? Some are saying we're docile. I don't know what word to use and describe. There is no such strong agitation. You are in the opposition. Yeah. You are both a right activist and a politician, so you wear 2 caps. and then we've seen opposition not as active as it should be. So why do you think this is going on?
Well, I will explain it in two ways. One of it is scientific. And the scientific part is that Nigerians have a gene in their DNA it's called the happiness gene. Whatever the situation, they'll be happy. And it's restricted to West Africa. This is truth, scientifically. And that's why Nigerians are known as the happiest people in the world, even though they face the worst condition of life or in life. The second aspect of it, it's not true. Nigerians actually came together in August of 2024 and had a massive pushback against the government through the End Bad Governance.
10 days End Bad Governance.
And it happened for 10 days. Probably it's not precedented that Nigerians have fought consistently for that long, after an election, not after an election was disputed, even though the 2023 election is disputed. But the resistance was against poverty and hardship. So you cannot claim that such people across the country that fought against the government face some of the most dangerous conditions against police, army, including after the protests, children being charged with and for treason. You can't claim that those people are docile. That's my opinion.
So that brings me to the question of how safe the civic space is. I know you're a big player in that space. And I know that you've been following up some cases recently. How do you assess this government in its management and response to dissenting voices?
Well, what is sad about it, and that's why people should be careful with when people come into or try to come into political office with fake credentials, snake oil, that we're going through some of the worst attack on civil rights or civil liberty by the same people who claim that they were civil rights activists. The president reportedly left this country, fled this country because he was running away from military dictators. That's Bola Tinubu. The people who are part of his regime claim they used to be part of the National Democratic Coalition, NADECO, and they fought against military. But they have imposed some of the worst human rights abuse on the Nigerian people since they came into power. I just described to you charging children for treason, which has never happened before in this country, not even under military rule. We've seen situations where journalists were attacked during August protests, and some of your journalists were also actually attacked.
Where we know.
Including in Lagos on live TV. We've seen situations where journalists have been charged for cybercrime, bloggers. People are languishing in jail. We just had a situation with Dele Farotimi, who was arrested and transported across state line to Ekiti to be jailed for writing a book that they said they dispute, which is completely a civil matter. And before you jump on it and say it's a state matter, don't forget that the Federal Attorney General also filed another charge against Dele Farotimi while he was facing the so-called state charge of offensive publication in Ekiti State, which some have disputed doesn't even exist. So we have some bloggers right now who are languishing in detention, and all these detentions we are talking about are carried out by the state. Because whenever you go to the
by
courts...
By what law are they putting them in detention? What are they...
Well, it's usually the cybercrime...
Because I want to put up, if I can have that picture of the cybercrime law, because some provisions of that cybercrime law have been repealed.
Exactly.
So what exactly are they being...
The police just outrightly refuse to accept the repeal of the law.
So if I can get all of this, maybe when they get to that particular session, this was the old law. Such message,
24.
Yes, this is like the 2015 part. I want to get to, hey, it knows to be false for the purpose of annoyance, and see all those words. If my producer can hold this is a annoyance, inconvenience, danger, obstruction. I don't know how this is justiciable anyway. Criminal intimidation, enmity, hatred, ill will, and all of that. So if we go to the next law, if they can show me the next one, 2024, the amended portion, because I know you've been interacting with a lot of these people.
Not just I'm interacting, I'm actually facing cybercrime.
Okay, so this is the latest law.
Yes.
It knows to be false for the purpose of causing a breakdown of law and order, posing a threat to life, and causing such message to be sent. The reason, you're also a stakeholder in the Nigerian in the Nigerian state. So I'm wondering where, if this is the amended law, if people were charged in the previous one. I know you say you're not a lawyer, but you've been around the law.
No, I'm actually facing cybercrime charges myself currently.
What did you do?
Well, they said Sahara Reporters, which is a publication I founded, wrote a story against Senator Ned Owoko that he at a point set up a foundation to eradicate mosquito. And Sahara Reporters found out that he wasn't eradicating because we found mosquitoes in his compound in Abuja. So that if you can't eradicate the one in your compound, how are you eradicating on the continent of Africa? So it turns out to be a scam. So I was arrested when I was still under lock and key in Abuja for a different offense, which was treason that you know about, and charged before a federal high court in Abuja, Justice Nwite, for annoying him. Same rubbish, you see. But
how do you prove annoyance in court?
Exactly.
I'm just curious.
In fact, as at now, we've appeared almost 5 times. They haven't been able to charge me. You know, like,
you know what?
In the sense that I will appear and we'll say, look, you haven't fulfilled any of these conditions.
Already, the reason
but they have, what I wanted to say, which is important, is that that portion has been expunged from the cyber.
It's been repealed, yes.
It's been repealed. But in my own case, they argue that...
Or amended, sorry, the word is amended now.
Whichever way you want to put it. They argue in my own case that it applies to me because I was charged before the amendment. But what happens to people who were charged after the amendment is the conversation you and I are having here. Why are you still arresting people and charging them because they annoy individuals? You cause them because they don't apply anymore. And what we are saying, for those of us who are carpenters, because that's how lawyers refer to non-lawyers, is that, you know, busybody non-lawyers like me, is that there are civil provisions for libel, defamation, and slander out there. So take that route. And if you can prove your case, you get damages paid to you. So that's how it is done world over. But most importantly, if you are a public official, if you have offered yourself for public, it is very difficult to prove libel.
So
even in advanced society.
So let's balance because you wanted to be president, and I don't know whether you still want to be president. Someday somebody is going to speak against you if you occupy that office somehow. How do we balance the issue of rights and responsibility? Because we need to balance that.
No, see, if you are going to be president of any country in the world, even if it's a banana republic, your least worry should be what the citizens say to you or say about you. For my 24 years in the US, I watch late night shows, which you are aware of. There's nothing else they do on the late night shows and ridicule their leaders. They ridicule what they are wearing, how they speak, what they have said. If you go to supermarkets in the US, they have a section dedicated to tabloids. The headlines are plainly false. You know, they will show you a picture of Obama and his wife and say that both of them are male. And everybody knows Michelle is female, right? They still even do it on Twitter till yesterday. So if you are president and that's what you want to do, you are not prepared for the presidency. So you don't, as president, go after irrelevancies. So I'm not going to, even as it is now, I get attacked, ridiculed, just as a public figure. I've never sued anybody for it before. People have lied outrightly against me. I'm not going to be running to court and try to get you to answer to charges when I know that I can simply, by disputing it, provide evidence, show that I'm not the person you are talking about. Those things don't apply to me. But even as at that, I'm a private citizen. So if I'm president and I'm going to worry about what you say about me, what did I hire the assistants to speak for me for?
Are you going to run again for office?
That is not the conversation we came here for.
Yes. I'm just asking. Just as an aside.
I'm just saying that the reason I'm saying that is I'm not trying to escape an answer to your question. Is that I'm one of the candidates. I'm not a 4-year, electoral candidate. I run all the time, both physically and I run on issues. So if I'm going to make that decision, of course, I'll let you know.
Okay, let's talk about election and electoral reform.
Yes.
We haven't seen the electoral reform agenda of this administration. If you were to put it forward to them, so for instance, Muhammadu Buhari was able to put out the issue of not too young to run. So we have the ages dropped for certain people to start running into run offices. There are things people expect to happen in terms of maybe IREV and the management of our election. What exactly would you like to see in the reform? Because constitutional amendment is taking place.
The problem is that we're expecting the people who want to benefit from this electoral malfeasance reforming the electoral process. It's not going to happen. They have told you the electoral reforms. They have already shown you are the one who have not seen it yet. They've already populated INEC with APC members, card carrying members.
You have evidence of that?
Of course, I do. And you do too. They've already...
No, you're telling me.
Yes, they've already...
Okay, guys, I have to stop you right there. I have a couple of people calling in. Let me start taking calls. Thank you very much, Mother Deborah, for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening to everyone, our viewers and commenters all over the world. Just a quick contribution to your broadcast. I saw the video you showed on Felix Morka. You see, people who, everybody is saying you are wrong, and they fail to acknowledge their mistake and even just an apology or just to say, okay, I'm sorry if anybody misinterprets what I said. And he's still arguing, saying everybody does not understand what he's saying. You see, most of the people who act in that manner, usually they are not very good people. Because it doesn't take anything to just say, oh, I'm sorry if people take my word out of context. But you can see just beating around the bush and still making claims that everybody does not understand what he's saying. So people like that, it's even annoying listening to him. That just shows the kind of person that he is, that he's just a very wicked person that does not even ever want to accept that he's wrong. Then to come back to Sowore, what he's saying, my problem with Sowore is that I don't understand what he's doing. You see, and this is one of the problems that we have in Nigeria. People cannot work together. And this is the same problem that led to the failure of 2023 election. If they have all come together to work together as a team, maybe that 2023 election would have been a success. But you see, everybody wants to work alone. And they are forgetting that if people work individually, there's not much you can achieve. But if you work collectively, what stops Sowore from working with somebody like Peter Obi? Why can't they work together so they can form a formidable force for good governance? But this one this one is talking alone. There's not much force there's not much they can do individually. But if they all come together and say, yes, we all want Nigeria to work well. Let's put aside our differences and work together. You see how powerful their voices will be. That's the same thing APC did during the Goodluck Jonathan period. They all came together and formed a strong, formidable force. That was why they were able to take down PDP. But at the moment, that kind of force is not there. Peter Obi is alone. PDP, Atiku has gone to Dubai. He's not even focusing on building his own party. Sowore is talking alone. How can they form a formidable force? So when it's almost 2027, Atiku will come back from where he's hiding to come and just become the political flag bearer. It doesn't work like that. So it's really sad. It just shows the seriousness. If people cannot work together, it's very difficult to achieve their goal. We also, even in Europe, I think during the Second World War, they all came together to fight together, and they fought against I don't know what the name of the man in Germany. So sometimes people come together to work together, they can easily achieve their goal instead of everybody working alone. Sowore is coming to talk. He alone cannot be able to fight to change Nigeria. He should understand that he needs people to work with him as well. And It's sad, but if he continues like this, he's going to waste away and not be able to make any impact. And I hope Peter Obi too will be able to find more forces together. It's obvious that he alone cannot do it. I hope he'll be able to work with other people so they can be able to stand strong together.
Thank you.
To make the difference. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, Madam Deborah. God bless you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yeah. Okay, let me take another call here. Thank you very much, Mr. Ken. Thanks for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello?
Mr. Ken, can you hear me, sir? Good evening to you, sir.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we are good. Please talk to us.
So this is what I have to say regarding Nigerian politics and politicians. Sir, I believe in 2023, Nigeria spoke. We say our mind, but the turning politicians that we have shut us out. To me, I don't think most people will come out to 2027 to go and vote. So long as they still have their INEC in place, the Mahmoud Yakub still there, it's like we are wasting time. It's just going to be a walkover for Tinubu because he owns the police, he owns DSS, he owns the INEC. What are we going to say? Nothing. Coming from the election that happened in Edo State, that clearly shows what's going to happen in 2027 and our national election. So it's going to be a walkover for them. Peter Obi himself is trying, he's doing his best. That's been the man I have always supported, and I will still support him with everything I have. I still repeat it. If Nigerians come together, like we did in 2023, we voted for him like we did in 2023. With Mahmoud Yakub, they put there. Bro, the black say we could be waste time. It's going to be a time wasting. And our INEC is not independent. So we shouldn't just talk about election. I believe Nigeria is just running an empire. It's just an empire. Because it's like a king that has his chiefs around that determines what happens in different communities. That's what I feel is happening in Nigeria there. What's his name? Morka. Today is his turn. If you remember, power is transient. That's how they say it. That man, he talk nonsense. He, like your statement you said, how can one person be lying to all Nigerians and we have people looking at him?
Exactly.
We all know he's lying, fooling himself on TV. Let him come to fool himself. We watch what he said, threatening all the national figure. They should remember. I keep saying Peter Obi is a threat to all of them. He is. Give Peter Obi 6 months in that presidency and see a turn around in Nigeria. When he said he wanted to remove fuel subsidy, you know what he was saying? He did not say he's going to take it out by going through the back door again and be paying subsidy. He didn't say that. He did not say he's not going to pay the whatever crude oil petrol that we use in Nigeria. How much petrol gallon of fuel we use in Nigeria? That they are subsidizing. How much are they actually paying in subsidy before now? When you say you want to remove it? I somewhat trust and I believe that man would have done something different when it comes to subsidy. When you say one remove from day one. Not like this. They did not remove subsidy. They were still paying it. Nigerians, they know. Even Malaysians news, they were all shouting like that. Well, we still pay subsidy now. Why they say they remove subsidy? Because they now come and if they say that, bro, we don't get democracy. We don't have democracy in Nigeria. We don't. I pray God help that country. I still believe one day Nigeria will wake up. Because these guys are just few people. We are over 220 million. We can deal with these guys if we are ready. Thank you, Mr. Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Ken. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. I like that. We can deal with these guys if we are ready. The question is, are we ready? 2027 is around the corner. Apart from some of us talking about it on air, to be honest, for Nigeria, people don't even know whether election they come or anything they happen. Or in fact, they are only just complaining about hunger, but any other thing they are not aware. They are not interested. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you right there. Mother of all Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy, for all that you do. Good evening to you. Good evening to every one of you. As you all know, today is Thursday night, January 2024. I appreciate every one of you right there, my people. Thank you very much, George Blucher, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, Black Panther. God bless all. Thank you, Clement Ojo. Thank you, Madam Bright. Thank you, everyone right there. I've showcased so many people already. Patricia Nofem, my dear sister, Patience Demudia. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Osa Ide Joy Otaho. Thank you, Blessed Lady Sam Ado. Thank you. Love Maduka. Thank you. Jude King is right there as well. I appreciate you all. And I Peg Modi and many others that I've already showcased on air. I appreciate every one of you. Then I'd like to appreciate those of you that have super chatted the platform already. Just Blue Shell, thank you very much for your super chat. I appreciate you always. My pocket never run dry. Thank you very much, sir. Then Dr. Alexander Gomez in the building. Dr. Alexander Gomez, where you dey since, sir? We don't miss you. We don't miss you. Our grandpapa, Dr. Alexander Gomez, our grandfather here. Thank you very much, sir. Happy New Year to you. It's been a while. Thank you very much for celebrating us today, for wishing us Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you for all that you do. But meanwhile, my people, I appreciate every one of you right there. In case you still want to call in, I have 10 seconds to go. If not, I'm just going to move straight to the panel so that we can start talking. If we can finish on time today, that will be very, very good for someone like me. Upright TV, thanks for coming in. God bless you. I appreciate you all. But meanwhile, maybe I might take more calls later before it gets to 10 o'clock. But after 10, I'm not going to take any other call. I appreciate all my people. My brother, you're just coming in. Thank you very much for coming in to put your voice to this. I beg, I'd like you to talk to us. How you see the whole matter with the table?
Thank you, Naija Wash. I hope I'm very clear now.
Very, very clear. Just stick with this, your line of clear. Now, not enter that your
I want to thank you for what you are doing today. The Wutu continues on Mukafo. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Mommy in Diaspora. Mommy, more grace to you. God continue to bless you. Thank you for the good work. I want to thank the audience right there. I want to thank most especially those who on the comment section. We have been talking, and the talk has led me to come inside. I want to thank our panelists that are on their way coming. You should all come here because it is high time. Like I said yesterday, it's high time we all called a spade a spade. This year, 2025, is not a year of, I like this man. This man has paid the price. We are talking about getting our country back. We are not talking about glorifying one person or saying this person is this and that and that. We need people on ground that we come and lead while Nigerians follow, because everybody cannot lead. Nigerians have paid the price. I was explaining on the comment section. The entire Nigeria you see out there, that some of them are docile. They were not as docile like this. That is why I said I concur with what Sowore was talking about, the 2 points he made about the Nigerian state. Now, Nigerians are happy people. Nigerians are active when they see something, when they see a leader that they will follow. Nigerians are very, very active when they see the leadership that have the same mindset come together and push forward a fact. Nigerians will wake up and follow those leaders, because what our mother, our sister said that called him, he said he doesn't believe in all this one go left, that one go right. He doesn't understand what Sowore is saying. Yes, many Nigerians will not understand what he's doing. But I will say it out here, directly or indirectly. Sowore might be thinking that what he's doing is standing alone to fight as a freedom fighter. But he does not know indirectly he's even dividing the Nigerian people the more. We are not we're not supposed to be, going left. One person is going left, one person is going right. We can come together and forgive ourselves, harness our potential, and bring out this satanic evil that is in us. Then we sit down and talk it. Because one thing we all should know here is that during the era of the military era, if you count the Nigerian soul that left, if you count the soul that were taken down in the Maryland Ikorodu Expressway, I will never forget it. If you count the people that were taken down in Yaba market, I will never forget it. By the military. If we talk about the number of Nigerians that were taken down during the second report, the Abiola time when Abiola won election, they did not give it to him. If you talk about the amount of people that were brought down. If you come to talk about Nigerian, when they were talking, Mr. George Bush was talking about, Sowore has paid the price. Nigerians have paid more price. Nigerians have paid more price. When they were blast in Ikeja cantonment, do you know how many Nigerians that were lost? They just went into the river. More than thousands of Nigerians, they were sunk in that river. Nigerians have paid the price. What this regime, what these politicians have done, they have infliged tribalism in a highest form. They have infliged fear. Because we are having a military regime here. Forget about the agbada they are wearing. They are doing more than what the military has done. Take note that very well. If a man says, I want to divorce a woman, there is a reason why he said he wants to divorce. There is a reason. There is a reason Nigeria is like this, and you and I know the factors. The question is, how do we wake them? Like I said in my 4 premises, I said, if two positive people that have like mind come together to form a formidable force, let's forgive ourselves. What we are fighting for is to have our country back so that we can have sanity in our lives, in Nigeria. That is where I have a problem with Sowore. That is where I have a red flag on him. And that red flag, I'm not ready to bring it down until he shows the sign. You cannot be headlong all the time. The people that came together in the Nadeko era, where you don't think they all loved themselves, but they had one purpose. And what happened? When they sent signal to the Nigerian space, everybody followed because we have seen leadership coming together to fight for one cause. But the thing that they did not do, the thing that Nadeko did not do, they did not make the arrangement. When they got it, they did not come together again to talk on the modalities. That was where the friction. That is why we are having the people like Tinubu in power. Because they refuse to shift people that came. They refuse to investigate some people that came around with a mask. They refuse it. That is why we are in this problem. But what I'm trying to say now, because the way Sowore is going, all is doing the right thing, but is not going the right way. He's making his idea old-fashioned. You cannot continue to, it's just like Julius Caesar. You want to fight, you went to war, you are fighting alone. Even in the Israelites, there was a time when they have to combine with another force to fight a war. There becomes a time America have to join with Europe to fight the same cause. That doesn't mean their relationship is so perfect. That doesn't mean that there are some of them dead are not taking food from the enemy's camp too. But what bring us together is that ideal that we want our country back. That is what should be in the mind of the progressive like Sowore and any other person. The person of Peter Obi, progressive mind should come together, remove this thing, and have a ping-pong plan together. After getting the power, then you now do what is called what Nadeko refused doing. We will not do it, correcting the mistakes of Nadeko. That is what we are looking at. No matter what the president does, putting his people in INEC, we can still take it back. We can take it back. No matter any string hole he puts there, we are the people that will take it back. At the pulling point, that is where we will take it back. Everybody coming together, we have a coalition, we have Sowore together, we have PO together, we have other progressive, even Atiku together. We will take this thing from these people's hand. That should be our priority. So that from there, we will not repeat the mistake of what Nadeko did, because they refused to do this. That was why we are in this position. Power was taken, and power was brought in. And ambassador came in, and what happened? Nadeko, they splitted. They all splitted into different places. They didn't rally around the president to tell him what to do, to give him good advice. They didn't do that. They were fighting him from left, right. Tinubu was fighting. Sowore was fighting. Instead of us to come together and repair this country. You cannot hate person forever. Do you want to hate him to your grave? You have to have element of forgiveness in you because you are fighting the same cause. There is no man upon the surface of the earth that cannot change. There's no man. Not this. There is no man upon the surface of the earth that cannot change. We have to see reason to what we are fighting for. We don't need to separate ourselves because the more Sowore go to the left, the more Obi go to the right. We will never win. We will never win. Rather, this country would be heading towards what the American CIA told us, that Nigeria will split. They should all know this now. I thought they are wise people. If we continue on this channel, the way we are going, Sowore is going to the left. This one is going to the right. Agbado is really going to the deepest water. We will definitely what? That thing they spoke about the Nigerian state will definitely happen. It will look as if it's not happening because they are borrowing money. We are already sinking. If we split, the more we split, the more we sink. That is what is going on. The more we split, the more we sink. Sowore know what I'm saying. He cannot fight alone and win it. The way Nigeria is structured now, the way they are manipulating everything now, he can never win. Even Obi cannot even win if there's no coalition. You can, in African terms, you can't remove a sitting government just like that. Nigeria is very big. Nigeria is not Ghana. Nigeria is not Burkina Faso. If you make 2 states, 3 states in Nigeria, it's Burkina Faso. If you make 4 states in Nigeria, it's Ghana. So Nigeria is big with population. We need to harness our strength in our unity. That is what we should focus on. To take this mirage, this dream, this wicked bad dream of APC out of our way and sit down and organize it. We need to have a pact. We need to have a pact among those positive thinkers like Sowore, Obi, And Atiku and others that want to join, we need to have it. During Abiola time, did everybody not come together? During Abiola time, did everybody not come together? Was Atiku not with Abiola? Make me answer my question. Was Atiku not with Abiola? Was Sowore not with Abiola? Was Tinubu, this same Tinubu, was he not with Abiola? So what is the problem that we cannot forgive and take this thing? Look, it will come to a time, every one of us will be tired. Because we are drinking water now. They said if you overdo something, one time the thing go turn around, come they affect you. If you drink water too much, it go turn around, come be sickness to your body. Let's pray so that we will not get there. We need to come together. Showore's people, a group of a team of right thinkers should gather themselves and beg, I beg them in the name of God to bring Sowore to a table and talk to him. The more he does his own way, the more we are sinking. If you want us to sink and speak, let everybody boldly come out and say it. We should not be doing hiding and seeking or one thing. We are not in a show. We are not in a show whereby a fantasy show. This is the life of people, a life of a nation. If you know that you want the country to speak, come out and say it. If you know the country you want to come out, choose the people that have the like minds. Forgive them. Be wise. Be wise like a dove. And when it is necessary, sting like a bee. That is my word for Sowore. Be wise like a dove. And when at the right time, sting like a bee. You can't continue to divide the country. You have good followers. You have followers. Mighty men with great brain. But how do you harness it? Can you go like that? During Mandela time, Mandela had problem with other group. What did Mandela do? ANC got to coalesce with every other group that have the same mindset with them. And what happened? Mandela paid the ultimate price, the price of going to jail. What happened? Those groups that were together with him, they kept on fighting and they fought and they won. Wow! Because they had a coalition with other smaller parties that have the same mindset with them. Go and read the struggle in South Africa, the black struggle in South Africa. It's the same thing. They have to come together. But who is the pinnacle of it all? It was ANC. Because they agreed on something, and that thing that they agreed on did not all go well. That is why you are having some other group faction coming out. But what made their system upright was that you cannot run a country without not having majority. If you don't have majority, you have to do a coalition with other group to form a government. That is what saved South Africa. If not, South Africa would have been in the same state with Nigeria. Because the system they run is just like the British system. If you have 45%, you have to form a coalition with other groups to form a government. So we need to come together and actualize our goal, aim, and objective. Sowore, somebody should talk to Sowore, please. I beg every one of us. If it will take us a month, 2 months to talk to him, he cannot be behaving like a dove and not stinging like a bee. He has to behave like a dove and sting like a bee. These words are for him. You cannot fight a fight with like a country like Nigeria and think you will do it. When you are gone, nobody will remember you. The only thing they will remember you for is so he paid price, he went to jail, he fought, and that's all. Nigerians have fought, and many has gone. We have refused to remember them. We have refused to remember them. Those that fought for Abiola, that went, we refuse to remember them. Those that fought for the military in the Okorodu Expressway, in Yaba, in so many parts of the country, we have refused to remember them. What we need to do to remember them is to come together. Sowore, I say this to you. Come together with Obi, with Atiku. Come together. That is the only way. Coalition is the only way to bring this man down. Without it, goodbye. We are going to sink more. And when we sink more, we will all regret. We will all regret, because at the end of it all, analyzing the whole thing, we will see that we were part and parcel of the people that break the country. That is my message to Sowore. And I pray the people that are listening to me, that know what I'm saying, should go to him, sit him down. Let's have a conference with him. Let's have a conference. One man cannot fight a fight and win. But when people come together from the north, from the south, from the east, they come together as one, they will win the fight. We are talking about a nation. We are not talking about a company. We are not talking about a football team. We are talking about a nation with over 200 million people, million and very people, intelligent people, people that have a purpose for life, people that love to smile even when you are pushing them down. But that smile is because they love their country. Let's come together. I pray and I call on everyone that are in connection with Sowore today. Give this message to him. You cannot be as a dove and not sting like a bee. For you to come and be like a dove and not sting like a bee, you are going to sink your country down. You are going to sink it down, because the more you go on a separate way, you are dividing the Nigerian space. And division is the bedrock, is the food that our enemy in Asorok are feeding on to prosper, to rise up more and steal the wealth of the nation. Sowore, please think. Think. You are born from a woman, you have a mother. Think. If you continue on this course of separating yourself from them, from the people that mean well for the country, that you don't want to forgive, then the last run is Nigeria will sink and to divide in your own eye, and you'll be part and parcel of those that did it. If you want us, as you have been saying, you want us to go as a country. If you continue on this trajectory, Nigeria will split. I beg you, sting like a bee and be like a dove. May God bless us. May God bless every positive thinker. May God bless Nigeria Watch and bless every one of us. We need a strong coalition. That is what is going to take us out of this quagmire, out of this dream, out of this nightmare that we are having. Every one of us in the diaspora want to go home and enjoy with our family. Want to see that soil, that red soil again, and kiss it. This is my home. This is my home where I was born. This is where I come from. The greatest black nation in the world that refused to rise because we are not coming together. May God bless every one of us. Thank you, Nigeria Watch.
Wow. To be honest, Black Panther, if we're having lots of people on the panel, there's no way we'd have been able to deliver this wonderful submission today. I want to say thank you very much. It shows that sometimes some of us need time to be expressive and say things how it's supposed to be. Because of the time limit, sometimes we are rushing to quickly round up with our submission. Thank you for calling out Omole Sowore to understand that for Nigeria to work, we must come together. You know, there's a question right there. Why can't Peter Obi and Omole Sowore work together to rescue Nigeria? It's a big, big question that common Nigerians are currently asking across social media. Yes, Sowore have a voice and they have lots of followers as well. Peter Obi have a voice and they have lots of followers. Just imagine both of them decide to work together today. See where we go there tomorrow. Because we are divided, Omole Sowore want to achieve it on his own. Peter Obi want to achieve it on his own. That's where the problem lies right now. But I don't think Peter Obi have any problem working with Omole Sowore because I've not sensed that. I've not perceived it. that Peter Obi will deny Omoyele Sowore for any reason. But I believe the only person that is denying anybody right here is Omoyele Sowore that is refusing to work with Peter Gregory Obi. But the question is why? You know, why? If really we want Nigeria to work. Nevertheless, what do I know? I appreciate every one of you, my people. Ajio Deborah, it's good to hear from you. Thank you very much. God bless you. We are praying for you. May God continue to elevate you, protect you, give you good health, protect you throughout all the surgery in the mighty name of Lord Jesus Christ. I want to see you dance for us again and smile. I want to see that smile from your beautiful face again in the mighty name of Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you. My people, we've come to the end of this broadcast. I don't want us to leave it more than this. It's almost, we already have 2 hours, 30 minutes. I think this is just fair and okay for us. We had 3 contributions from verbal communication, both callers and my lovely brother that just came in, Black Panther. So, and a lot of you have contributed as well on the comment section. So I think it's a good thing for me, for us to end the show right now, before more people will start jumping in. It has been a long day for me. I appreciate to my people. The maximum that we've proposed here from January 1st this year, 2025, is a maximum of 3 hours, except in exceptional circumstances. We've crossed that. We're almost hitting that mark of 3 hours now because it's 2 hours, 30 minutes, and it's still counting. So I appreciate every one of you, my people, and God bless you now. Thank you very much for your time with us. My brother, I've nailed it, to be honest. Everything that we all would have contributed today, Black Panther, I've said it all.
Niger Watch.
Yes, my brother.
I want to say one thing before you go. Please,
sure.
I beg you. If you have opportunity, please, and if you can go with some other people, they need to talk to Sowore. We need a coalition. We need to forgive ourselves, please. That is all what I have for him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. And God bless you. Thank you very much, everyone right there. I appreciate every one of you. Thanks for your time with us this evening. We've come to the end of this broadcast. I'd like to quickly appreciate every one of you right there. Those of you that supported the channel today, Just Blue Shell, thank you very much. Dr. Alexander Gomez, thank you very much. It's good to hear from you. I appreciate those of you that call in. Thank you very much, Mother Deborah, Mr. Ken, and thank my brother for coming to the panel today, Black Panther, and God will bless you. For more or less over the message that you sent, I will forward it to him straight away right now, so that we take it from there. There was a message that was passed here a couple of days ago by Give Us Our Mandate concerning Barrister Liberos. So that message, I forwarded it to Barrister Luberos, and he copied it and he posted it on his Instagram. So I went to his Instagram to copy it again. I forwarded it to Give Us Our Mandate to see that most times when we are talking here, you don't know where your voices can go. So this one we still sent to Omoyele Sowore, so I will still carry him, go give him. If there's any response, I will also let you know, my brother Black Panther. And God bless you. Thank you, Mother, for Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for all that you do. I appreciate you always. Ajio Deborah once again. God bless you. We're looking forward to hearing from our brother Abu Azi anytime soon. By God's grace, is already getting well. Thank you very much, Pachai Nofe. I appreciate you. Thank you, Stella Imasewedo. God bless you, all my people. Thank you, George Blue Shell. Ijedima. Thank you, Mr. Justin Emmanuel. Once again, Love Maduka. Thank you. Pachai Nofe. Thank you once again. Thank you, everyone right there, Upright TV, and many, many, many more. We've come to the end of the broadcast. It's a blessing for all of us right here to have enough time to relax for tonight. It's already 10 o'clock here in Nigeria, so I don't know the time we're there for your own location, but nevertheless, let's continue from where we stop tomorrow. My people, you're gonna take care, and good night, and bye for now.
Ọba tí gbẹ́kún aládùúrà mo ti dé. Ọba tí gbẹ́kún aládùúrà mo ti dé o. Bọ́rọ̀ mi rò, gbèjà mi jà o, má jẹ́ gbàgbà tí àdúrà o. Bọ́rọ̀ mi rò, gbèjà mi jà o, má jẹ́ gbàgbà tí àdúrà o. Dr. Sylvester, Bessie Nepakide. Document Baba, Dr. Ikere Kale, Director Nagi Pole. Chipokala, Yenagi Pole. Aje papa, ye waga yo papa o. Aje papa, ye waga yo papa o. Ẹja gbèsè pé sẹ́mu akúnra kwẹ́ta o. Ẹja gbèsè pé sẹ́mu akúnra kwẹ́ta o. Wà á jẹ́ pé bìnnì, sùsàpọ̀ ló bìnnì lò. Wà á jẹ́ pé bèlì, sùsàpọ̀ ló bìnnì lò. Yọ̀bíàbá o, bẹ́jà hu ẹsẹ̀ lè. Yọ̀bíàbá yo, bẹ́jà hu ẹsẹ̀ lè. Wọ́n náà bá lùkọ́ lọ. Yeba go you follow. In the masilo nagbe, inagi foe o. Ipolo, inagi foe. She frankara wele, odalo ofe esa. Mr. Auntie, inagi foe o. Mighty Nasia o, inagi foe o. She might not see. Get nagi good day. Get nagi Atuna ne baba. Get nagi yes, a club na di for Kano base. Yes, I love us, Lagos branch. Big Joe, Alema, Yeva go Ibo, one day Messis, Yeva go Ibo, one day Messis, Yeva go Ibo, in the Messilo night, in a Ibo. Dr. Akaso, Oduduwa of Africa land, the king of boys and girls, Akaso.